Million family, happy Sunday. So today's a Sunday Q&A. Any question you have about wholesaling houses, drop it in the comment and let's get it answered. I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. And I'm sure as an entrepreneur, as we are driving to succeed in this business, and trying to make it in life and trying to get to the top. I'm sure you guys are hustling and grinding and making things happen even on a Sunday. I know some of you are probably driving for dollars, cold calling and hustling. I actually just went and looked at a house to buy for my, hopefully to buy for my, to help my sister buy the house. So anyways, and it's only like 5 minutes away from the house or from where I live. Kong Lee! Dude, that's a lot of E, bro. Oh wait, it's a girl. Victoria, I'm sorry. Victoria, happy Sunday. Andre Jefferson, happy Sunday. Jackie, Chris, Jacqueline, stay woke. Joe Dirt driving for $1. Nice, bro. I hope you get some good lead. Kenya driving for $1 is a great way, you guys, to find motivated seller. You know, when I first started out, I did drive for $. I go home, I skip trace the address, I send them a letters, I even go down to the house, knock on the door, and of course, majority of time they're vacant or they're rented. So we have to connect with them or connect with the actual owner. Any question you guys have, let's not waste time. Drop it in the comment. Let's get it answered. For those of you who haven't followed me on IG, I don't know what you're waiting for. Follow me on Instagram at Kong, Khang dot WTM. Come on. Follow me on Instagram at Kong dot WTM, obviously. Then we know what it stands for. Hey Kong, what's up, buddy? What up, Lou? Been a while. I've been joining the Facebook group now, and we'll be buying your package. Thanks for doing what you do. Happy Sunday, Lou. Man, thank you so much, man. I hope you get and the amount of money that you're gonna pay for it, I hope you get a ton of value out of it. And when you get onto the Facebook group, man, the massive action taker. Let's do you a big welcome. Any questions you guys have, today is your day, your Sunday. Any questions, any headaches, any missing link piece, whatever it is that you are trying to figure out so you can take the next step, so you can succeed in this business, so you can close your first wholesale deal, your 5th, your 6th, your 10th, scaling up your business, drop it in the comment. Let's get an answer. But before that, I gotta shoot back a text real soon. You guys have, drop it in the comment. Let's go, let's go. You guys have, drop it in the comment. Let's go, let's go. Cortez, what is skip tracing? Cortez, you probably super new, man. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the family. Skip tracing is it's a tools where basically you trying to find out the seller, maybe their phone number, their new mailing address, the email, whatever it is. But there is a company where you can basically punch in their name or the address or the property address, and then you'll be able to find the owner's phone number, email address, and things like that, so you can contact them. That's what skip tracing is. Is skip back and find their actual address or phone number or email. Oh man. Let me see here. I'm going to make sure I answer all you guys as much question as I can. If I skip your question, drop it in the comment again. What is the best service to start brand new mail campaign? What is the best service to start? So Chris, mailing campaign. So there is a company that we use. There's a company that we use that actually will help you send out marketing. But if you are brand new, Chris, what I would do, Chris, is that I don't know financially where you're at, right? How much money do you have per month? Not one time, but per month to send out, because it's all about being consistent and persistent. It's not like you spend $1,000 and then you're going to get a deal where you're going to make 20, 30,000. Can it happen? Yes, but it's more about the consistency and persistent, because I don't want you to get lucky. I want you to set this up as it's going to be a business, all right? Because there are people that send it out the mailing, they got lucky, they got a deal, and then 3 or 4 months later they got no deal. Okay. But if I were you, Chris, I don't know what your money is. I wouldn't go. What I would do is I would target, man, expired listing, right? Target expired listing, and pull out a list. Or you can go on list source, pull a list, and then I would target, like absentee or out of state landlord, and then I would handwrite the envelope, right? Print it out, handwrite the envelope, because I don't know what your budget is, but that's the cheapest way. And then send them a letter, and the letter is just straight up, hi, my name is Kong. I want to buy your house located blah blah blah. I pay cash, close quickly. I pay cash, close quickly, buy as is. Please give me a call. Quick, simple, and easy, straight to the point. Andre Jefferson, why tell seller they can choose the day of their closing when you need time to sell the home? Andre, yeah, when I first hear about that, man, I was kind of confused. What? Tell seller to choose a day, Monday, Tuesday, Friday, but not necessarily mean a date, right? It doesn't mean a date. Like, okay, you choose your date, right? Oh, I want to close on January, or February, or March, or October 15th. More like a day. Do you want to close on a Monday, a Tuesday, a Friday, or Saturday? And typically what it is that, most seller will give you, like, their time frame is roughly going to be about 30 days or so, because they are thinking, okay, they're going to need 30 days to vacate. So you tell them to pick a day of their choice, right? We can close on the date of your choice. So it's pretty much the day of your choice. Could be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but it's not an actual, like, a date. So you're basically saying, well, let's just say today's Sunday, you call the seller and you're like, hey, we can close on the day of your choice. They'll be like, okay, 7 days from today on this day. Right? Most sellers don't say that. Okay? So basically close on the date of your choice. It could be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that's pretty much what you're saying. But typically you tell the seller, we ask the questions on the script. We ask them, it's that when they want to close, okay? Like the amount of time that they need to close to vacate and sell the property. And typically they will mention around 30 days or so. But if they're not in a rush, you want to get as much time as you can. So we typically try to push it to like 60 days. Okay? Andre Jefferson, I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, drop me a comment and let me know. Josh Mendes, Kong. Hi, Kong. How do you get the seller to sign the contract as soon as possible when it is time to just move on? Let me read that question again one more time so I can understand it. Hi, Kong. How do you get the seller to sign the contract as soon as possible when it is time okay, so basically when you... okay. So so basically when we talk to seller, we always set expectation with the seller as far as we want to know from them. And for those of you who purchased my King Kong Amazing Seller Script package, you probably know what I'm talking about. So we tell them, like, you need to let them know that when we can expect it back. And the biggest thing when seller hesitant to sell the contract is because you haven't fully explained the detail of the contract, giving them the peace of mind, not going into super detail, but just pinpoint some of the major key. You're going to get the money that we agreed upon. We're going to use a title or a title company or an attorney to make sure all the closing, to make sure that you, as a seller, you're protected. As a buyer, we get the clear title to the property. As a seller, you get the amount of money that we agreed upon. So basically, once you're able to pinpoint some of the thing that the seller would be worried about, then they would, like, when we send our contract, they sign it. Some seller don't even read it. They just look at the price, the closing date, and at the bottom of our contract, we put buyer pay all the closing costs, and then on there we also put the expired date. All right. The expired date is going to give them the incentive to sign the agreement and send it back to you as quickly possible. And also too is when we talk to seller, do not mention the word contract. Always say agreement. I don't know why. When you say contract, seller gets all wind up and really worried. But when we say agreement, and I've tried it, okay? When you say agreement, it just feels better. I don't know why. But typically, so let me see. So that's what we would tell the seller. You just want, before you send the agreement, you want to make sure you hit all the pinpoint, all the key things that a seller likes to hear so that they'll sign it and send it back to you. All right. So just saying, hey, we're using a third party, an attorney or a title company to do the closing, making sure that you as a seller that's protected, you get the amount of money that we agreed upon. As a buyer, we get the clear title to the property. And, you know, the sooner we get the agreement back, we get escrow open right away and get the process going and get this moving forward for you, okay? Adrian, I bought a buyer's list from Texas, and I'm trying to do JV deals for over 3 months and still no luck in doing my first deal. Please help. So Adrian, you've been going at it for 3 months. Really, your questions would have to be really, you have to get someone to really dissect, you know, really spend some time and really dissect down to what are some things that you're doing, what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong. Are you working hard enough? Are you hustling enough, right? Like, what are some of the things, the market, what are some of the market that you're doing? You know, so your question is you really need someone to sit down and dissect with you. But if you're pounding and you're grinding, you're hustling for 3 months and you haven't got a first deal under contract, to me, that is a problem, right? There's a problem there. So it's just like when I try to get into fitness, right? Like when I try to get into fitness, I really try to trim down, and try to get to an ideal figure. And this guy is, said the same thing, Colin, we need to know your age, your height, your workout, your blah, blah, blah. We got to break it down. We got to know where your goal is, what you want, and then really make a plan for you that fits for you. Okay, so if you're going at it for 3 months and you haven't seen results, you really need to reach out to someone maybe in your area or somebody that has done like maybe their first 2 or 3 deals or whatever, right? So you can learn from them and try to get some tips. Share with them what you're doing, and then hopefully they'll be able to give you some tips and some direction so that way you're not wasting any more time. Because time is precious. Because when you know that you can close a deal and make $20,000, $30,000 in 7 days, in 5 days, you don't want to waste time to try to figure things out. If you can reach out to other people, oh man, so many questions. I'm sorry, you guys. If I missed your question, drop it in the comments. Joe Dirt Kong got my message on IG regarding a title company. Joe Dirt, I'll have to check it out, bro. And you guys, if I don't truly answer your question, just drop it in the comment again. If for some reason, if what I say don't make sense, drop it in the comment. I want to make sure that I'm able to deliver it and make sure you understand it. Dre Armstrong. You guys, as I shout out your name, smash the thumbs up for me as you enter the live stream. Smash the thumbs up. Show me how powerful this Wholesale to Million family is. And of course, thanks for all the support and everyone that is joining me live right now. How do you go about not having the seller and the buyer not bumping heads? Armstrong, how do you go about not having the seller and the buyer not bumping head? So Armstrong, I guess what you worry about is when the seller and the buyer meets, that they don't talk about, the buyer saying, hey, I'm actually buying the property, and then the seller start talking about price with the buyer, or the buyer start talking price with the seller. I guess that's your question, and that's what you're concerned about. Is that correct? Well, Armstrong, what you want to do is that you want to make sure that you qualify your buyer, right? Which means you send out you You market your contract for that property, and then a buyer, you want to get on the phone, you want to verify your buyers to make sure he or she is legit and things like that. So that's why I don't put my when we market these we don't put the actual address in there, okay? And what you want to do is verify your buyers, and then what you want to do is when you set up that showing, right, that inspection showing for your buyer, you just need to tell your buyer, hey, you are there on behalf of our company as a contractor or a partner to go in there and inspect and look at the repair costs, and please respect our personal, our professional business. Don't talk and discuss about pricing with the seller. It's gonna cause some problem. So the thing is, you're there on behalf of our company just to look at all the repair costs as a contractor. Does that make sense? Or you agree? Is that good? Right? And what you want to do is when you work virtually, you want to start building your team, as in trying to get somebody that is like so you're trying to get foot on the ground, right? Connect with other wholesaler, other investor, other one that are starting out like you, and maybe they trying to connect with you, right? Or I guess maybe they try and do the same thing as you are, trying to build relationship. And maybe that, so basically you want to connect and start building your foot on the ground. So, so that way when you have a property, you can call up that person and say, hey, you know what? How much do you charge to go out there for like an hour to show the property on behalf of our company, just to facilitate the showing, making sure that buyers and seller doesn't discuss price. Your job there is to, take pictures and make sure that the buyers know that you're there on behalf of our company, so they don't screw around and try to talk pricing or go behind your back. And as for the seller, you prep the seller up and let the seller know that, hey, our contractor is going to go out there. Just let them do their thing. They're going to look at some of the repair costs and give us a price bid. So now the seller know that it's the contractor that's going to go out there, so they don't need to talk about sell price with the contractor. So you're more concerned on the buyer's end. Just make sure you prep your buyers up, and then you qualify your buyer to the best you can, and then just set up the show and pull the trigger. All right. If you have someone foot on the ground, obviously that's going to help a lot. Okay, good. I answered your questions. Good. Man. Pamela, not always able to get on live. Blessed Sunday. Happy Sunday. Andre, I was confused. I'm not sure. If you double closed, do you have to come up with the money yourself? Larry Smith, great questions. So when you do a double closing, it's really depend on where you are, right? Some area, the title company or the attorney is able to use the end buyer's money to fund the whole entire transaction, right? So which means you, as the wholesaler, you don't need to come in with any cash, with any money, because they're going to use the end buyers to fund the entire transaction, and the difference goes to you, okay? But in other places, you have to get either you have to close it with your own money, or what you have to get is called transactional funding. Transactional fundings are a company that will lend to you for that short period of time for that double closing. That's what they typically do, is they fund for that double closing, and they charge, they charge a small fee, whatever that it is that needs to get it done, right? So don't worry about the fee that they're going to charge. You just need to worry about, getting the transaction done. All right, that's the whole thing. And so who care about the fees that they charge? But it's a very small amount. And I'm sure when you double close, I'm sure that your profit is going to be pretty large. So let me see here. So hopefully that helps you out. People not picking up when cold calling. John, majority of the time, you got to understand that, these motivated sellers, you're targeting 5%. So basically, you're hitting the 5%. Majority of people are not motivated, and if they don't pick up the phone, all you need to do is you have to leave a voicemail. The voicemail is just straight to the point. Hi, my name is Kong. I'm with whatever your company is. Hi, my name is Kong. Let's just say, hi, my name is Kong. I'm with Home Buyer Express. We're looking to buy some property in the area for cash. And just wondering if you know anyone that might be interested in getting a free, no risk, no obligation cash offer within 24 to 48 hours. If you do, please give me a call back. 1234 1234. Andre Jefferson, do you ever double close? Heck yeah, man. I double close when the deal is large. And for us in my area, a large deal is probably, I do double close when it's, I would say over 40,000. That's when I double close. Anything 20, 25, 30. Sometime I do on a 35. Depends on the buyer. If I never worked with that buyer before, then I would. And also too, it's depend on the fee that I have to pay, right? If I'm wholesaling a house that is $500,000, man, that is a lot of closing costs that we would have to pay, right, on our end. And I don't know if that might not make sense to you, but what it is if you guys purchase my King Kong Basing Seller Script package, I also share with you an addendum how you can get away with not doing a double closing. But your buyer eventually at the closing table, right? Your buyer eventually at the closing table will find out what your assignment fee is, but they won't find out until they drop off the non-refundable. So now they have skin in the game. So even if you make $50,000, they'll be like, "Whoa, you made 50K." Well, yeah, you know, I mean, you agreed to the price, and if they walk away, they're gonna lose their non-refundable. So if you guys purchase that. In there, I'll share with you the addendum that gets the buyer locked in without you doing a double closing. And typically, I do that is when the sell price is large. So because typically, you know, when you offer to pay for all the seller closing costs, you got to take that into consideration when you do a double closing. Because when you lock that property up on the contract, you tell the seller that, hey, as a buyer, we pay for all the closing costs. So in my area, it's roughly about 3%. And 3% on 500, I mean, I don't have a calculator, right? And I'm not good at math. 3% on 500, that's a lot of money. So 3% on 100 is 3,000. So 3, 6, 9, 12, that's could be $16,000 on a $500 transaction. So typically, if I make 50,000 on it, I'm going to do that addendum. I'm going to send the addendum, not telling them what my assignment fee is, but tell them they need to drop off a non-refundable. Then once they drop off a non-refundable, then I'll send them the addendum about 3 or 4 days before closing. Tell them, hey, now they know exactly what I make on the deal, but it's too late, right? And the thing is, you guys, the buyer is not paying more or less. They're paying the exact same amount that was agreed upon. We just don't want to cause a problem and them negotiating with us at the time that they are satisfied and happy with the price. And then some buyer will find out, some buyer are cool and they don't care. But some buyer will find out and be like, hey, dude, what's going on? You're making a lot, blah, blah, blah. And they're trying to renegotiate with you, all kinds of stuff, right? And then now you cause that headaches and tension, which don't really need to. Right? So I hope that helps answer your question. Kong, I was asking which company is the best to use to send out mail. Well, Chris, there's a couple of different company. There's a couple of different company. There's yellowletter.com. There's a company that we use. There's a company that we use. But I don't know if I can share it with you because it wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be fair with the people that purchased my Wife Lawn Super Marketing Blueprint. In there, I share with you all the company that we use, the contact info, all the top marketing piece that we use that generates us the best ROI, return on our money. Let me see here. V, what up? Happy Sunday. Nice to see you on the live. Hey Kong, just wanted to say hi. Did 28.5 in September. Short of my goal, just a little goal, was 30,000. It can be done. We'll do next month. Oh, V. Woo! Come on, you guys. Smash the thumbs up for V. She's in our Massive Action Taker Facebook page. And V, I just want to say personally, thank you so much for adding so much value in the group, for being there, helping everybody out, expecting nothing from it. I truly, really, really appreciate you doing that. And you guys, it's not just V, but everybody in that private Facebook group. We're there to help each other. We're there to take each other live and business to the next level. So Honestly, you guys, it's just a great community to be a part of. If you guys just want to be a part of a small, tight community that we all want to get and change your life and be successful in this business, it's a great community. So I love what we have together created. But Natasha Lee. As you guys know, I have trouble reading here. I can't pronounce your name. Properties LLC, Cincinnati. Who gets the earnest money when a sign walk away? When a signee walks away? Who gets, okay, so, Cincinnati, I guess your question is who get the earnest money when the assignee walks away. So when you saying assignee, you're saying the end buyer because you're the assigner. Is that correct? So basically, if your end buyer walks away, when they drop off a non-refundable deposit, I mean, the word pretty much said it, non-refundable. So if they walk away, you get to keep their non-refundable, and then whatever that you agree to put down with the seller as an earnest money, that money will go to, so basically the non-refundable from the buyer goes to you, and then whatever you owe to the seller as the earnest money, from that amount goes to the seller. Does that make sense? So typically, let's just say that you tie the deal up with the seller for $500. You tell your end buyer they need to drop off a non-refundable for $1,000. So at the time, and if your buyer walks away, that $1,000, that non-refundable $1,000 that your buyer puts down into escrow. Okay, some of you confused are like, well, so who gets the earnest money? Does it go to the title company or to you? It goes to the title company. It sits in escrow. Okay, so the buyer lost $1,000. Now that $1,000, $500 of that is going to go to the seller. Because obviously, you know, the deal's not going to work out now. It goes to the seller, and then you keeps the $500. All right, so Cincinnati, I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, let me know. 286, what up, buddy? Next week, I'm purchased 1,000 names from off-list source. From there on out, every month, I'll purchase 1,000. Wish me luck. 286, wish you the best luck, buddy. And remember, it's all about being consistent and break it down per week, so that way you're not getting a ton of phone call coming in one week and then it dies the other week, okay? So break that 1,000 down to break that 1,000 per month into 4 weeks, into 4. All right, so break the 1,000 into 4 and then send it out. Cincinnati waiting to close on our first wholesale deal, 7K profit. Duh, woo! That deserves some thumbs up. Cincinnati, for those of you guys who recently closed your first wholesale deal, drop me a comment with your email or hit me up at wholesale2million@gmail.com. And then I would love to get you onto the channel. We need Lon to come back. Dude, it's so hard to get the boss to come online, man. It's hard. It's hard, but if you guys want to follow her on Instagram, her Instagram name is Lon, Loan, Win. She just recently changed it, Win, like WIN, Win, 1984. Let me see here. Billy Kong, when asked about inspection and you want 20 or 30 days inspection, what if seller asks why you need that long of an inspection? Great questions. Kong, when asked about inspections and you want 20 to 30 days inspection, what if seller asks why do you need to be that long of an inspection? Okay. So Billy, typically I never had seller ask me about inspection period time, right? It's all about how you handle the phone call, how you talk to the seller to help eliminate any question that is unnecessary. But when you first started out, if you do not know what to say to the seller to help eliminate this, you're going to be So when the seller asks, well, why you need so much? Well, so Billy, let's say you're the seller. Well, Billy, you know what it is we rather under promise and over deliver with you. You know, our crew right now, our company right now, we're working on multiple projects. We're really busy, and a lot of times some of our contractors doesn't have the time frame that we can get them out there as quickly as we wanted. Or sometimes the inspector, you know, they're pretty booked up, right? So a lot of time we try to get them out there as quickly as possible, but not any, you know, majority. Like sometimes because of their schedule, we just couldn't. So we rather under promise and over deliver with you. So we need that time period to do, you know, to make sure everything, to make sure everything is correct. So typically I will push it onto our company, our team. You know, we're working on a lot of projects right now. You know, we typically can't get it done very, very quickly, but I rather under promise and over deliver with you. I don't want to promise you 5 days we can get someone out there and all of a sudden we can't keep our promise, right? Or we can't live up to that. So typically within, 20 to 30, within that 20 to 30 days, we can typically get someone out there, get whatever necessary to be done. And then when they go out there, they got to come back, they got to do a report so they can break down the price for us and everything like that. So so it does take a little bit of time, but like I said, we rather under promise and over deliver with you. A lot of time we can get this thing done a lot quicker than what it is. So I rather make sure that we can deliver, right, what we promise. So typically that's what I do, Billy. I push it back onto our team or the inspector, letting them know that their schedule, a lot of times that they don't have that opening. So we need that time period to do our thing, right? And a lot of times, one contractor can give us such a high price, we might have to get another contractor to come in or so to get us a price. So it does take some time. But, our whole thing is we want to get it done as quickly as possible for you. Do you need to write a new contract if need to cancel an assignment? Do you need to write a new contract if need to cancel an assignment? Do you need to write a new contract if need to cancel an agreement? Larry Smith, I'm not exactly 100% sure what you're saying, but let me try to put the piece together. Do you need to redo contract if you need more time to close? No. Okay, good. Larry, no. What it is that all you need to do is you just need to send the addendum, all right? You just need to send the addendum to extend the closing date, whatever it is, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, right? So you don't need to cancel the contract. You just need to send the addendum. Cincinnati Properties LLC. I'm seriously considered joining. Are you talking about joining the Massive Action Taker? Cincinnati, I can't promise you anything, but when you go on there, you'll see what I mean. And I'm going to share with you guys right now, we have over 140 members, and not one of them have left the group, right? So, and that's just to show you how committed we are in this business. How all of them, right? How all of us in there are just committed and are serious about taking our life or business to the next level. But not just that, but about giving back and helping each other grow and succeed in this business. Not one have dropped off yet. And I keep my eye very close on that number, right? I keep my eyes very, very close on it. If anybody gets off, I will have to go ahead and do the research, see if you closed your first wholesale deal yet, and why are you leaving. And if you haven't meet those two requirements, whether you close your first wholesale deal or you have outgrown the group, or now you're making so much money where you're like, I don't need to be in the group anymore, then you can get off. But if you haven't meet those two requirements and you leave the group, man, I'm gonna go after you. I'm gonna send people after you and pull you back in, and because I need to get you committed to lock in. Right? Because the commitment that you have made when you purchased my products, you said, hey, Kong, I'm ready and I'm committed and I'm serious. I'm tired and I want to take my life, my business to the next level. I want to make some changes in my life. I don't want the next year to be the same as the last. I'm not leaving. till I do 100 a month. V, I love. Oh man, I love that goal. That is absolutely an amazing. That's a good goal, Uncle Kong. I'm upset you're left the Lexus family for the Mercedes. Dean William, bro. I still have the Lexus, bro. I still have the Lexus. I'm probably gonna drive it in the wintertime, but you know what? Talk about the Lexus, man. Dude, the new, like the Lexus, I'm sorry to get off topic. The Lexus, that's the new one they have is the, what is it? The LC 500. I was actually debating between getting that and actually getting this one. But man, this one, when I saw it, it was just, it just love at first sight. Let me see here. I've got to go, but I want to say thank you. Much appreciated content give. I appreciate so much. And Docco72, thank you so much for being a part of the family, a part of the channel, and thank you so much for the support. Have a wonderful Sunday, and looking forward to seeing your success. Okay, I got about 3 more minutes. Let's do this. Any question you guys have? Let me see here. How do you reach out to leads without mail? If they only give address, skip trace. Michael, how do you reach out to leads without mail? Skip tracing. And there's a couple different company. I've heard a lot about TLO. Skip Genies, it's a good one. That's the one that we're using. That's actually, I actually got that from Jin. Jin is, you know, because he does a lot of cold calls, so he skip trace, and that was one of the company that he said that he used that got really good results. Before that, we were using Instant Checkmate. So there's a couple company out there, but the one that's gonna cost you more, it's probably the one that's gonna give you a more accurate when you skip trace. Hey Kong, if you are a beginner, how do you provide and proof of fund? Okay, I can't pronounce your name. Redden. Just pronounce your last one, Redden. When you are a beginner, yes, I understand. So let me tell you where the proof of fund is going to come in. The proof of fund is typically when you deal with a realtor or a seller that's not really motivated to sell. Okay, and that's where the proof of fund comes in, because most realtor, majority of realtor, if you put in, they want, you know, I wouldn't say majority. I would say there are some realtor that don't require for proof of fund, but there are some realtor that will have to you have to show proof of funds, and that's typically proof of fund is when you go with when you're dealing stuff that are listed or with realtor. When you deal directly with the seller, man, it's so rare. Like throughout so far all of my wholesale I've done, I've never had one seller ask for proof of funds. It's just all about how you talk and communicate to them. Right? And like I share with you guys, don't represent yourself. Represent you as a company. Don't represent yourself that you're the buyer. Represent a company. And when they hear company, and not just you as an individual, it really helps eliminate that proof of funds thing. But if you really need proof of funds, just Google proof of funds on Google. Proof of fund letters. They're a company that will provide you with that. Okay? And I think there is a... I forgot the company name, but I heard somebody said on this company that they will provide you proof of fund letter, and I totally forgot it. So I apologize. But you just Google it and you know. Do you wholesale in Massachusetts? No. Come on, you guys. Mash the thumbs up for me. If I add any value to you, answer your questions or anything you got out of this, smash the thumbs up for me. Follow me on Instagram. Let's help me blow it up at kong.wtm. On there, I'll share with you guys kind of daily tips. I try to give you daily tips. Post some stuff about fitness. Just some other things that not just real estate related. Okay, gotta end this in about less than a minute. How often do you call? Let me go here. How often Do you call the same caller when cold calling? Or are you calling them on a daily or weekly basis? I call them Bradley. I call them until I'm able to talk to them and see if there's motivations in them that they want, or that they are motivated to sell a property or interested in selling a property. So if I don't reach them Monday, I'll call them Tuesday. If I don't reach them Tuesday, I'll call them Wednesday. I call until I talk to them. And then once you talk to them, then you know, okay, you know what, they're not motivated. So you set them 30 days out. If they are somewhat motivated, but kind of want maybe, you know, retail is 100, they want maybe 90,000, and you can't make it work, I'll set it up for 15 days. All right, so depend on the motivation. That's when I set out when it's the next time to call them. But if I don't get them answer, I'm just gonna keep on pounding and call. Do you get return mail from post office when doing direct mail with error message like address not found? Obviously, address was verified before sending out. Oh yeah, man, Dean William, we get so much, dude. We send out about 40. $35,000 to $40,000 a month, and we get a ton of postcard back. But that's when we only take the vacant and the deceased is when we skip trace. Everything else is just too much for us to pay someone to skip trace it. We rather just massive sending. Luke, what up, buddy? Happy Sunday. I hope you're doing good, buddy. Let me know, Luke, how close you are to doing your first wholesale deal, or maybe you already did your first wholesale deal. I'm not sure. Trying a new home and a digital message for Bennett sign this week automatically texts people on their phone when they pass by within 100 yards. Yeah, that's a good one, man. I think that is like an RVM. Okay, last questions. Knight 559. What about wholesaling on the MLS? So, Knight, I guess your question is, so let's just say the property is listed with an agent on the MLS. How do you wholesale it after you get it under contract? Is that correct? If that is correct, Knight 559, all you need to do is have your agents put in N or sign next to your next to the purchaser name. All right, next to the purchaser name, just put N or sign right next to it, and you're gonna have some agent gonna question you. Well, we don't like the N or sign. Well, dude, so you just need to tell your agents, hey, we have a lot of partners, right? We buy a lot of properties, so our company, we have partners, and right now we're just not sure which partner we're gonna work with on this deal. So we might have to take a different name at the time of closing. It's all about for our tax purposes as well, right? We buy a lot of properties, so that it's for our own purpose, our tax purpose, and also too is we typically takes, a different company name when we close on the property, right? It's not going to be that name. We take a different company name because of partnership, right? So you just tell them that, because they're going to ask you why some of them doesn't like the enter sign, right? But that's all you need to explain them, because we might take a different name because we do have some partners, and because of our tax purposes we do buy a lot of property, so we might have to put it in a different LLC. We don't know which one yet. Okay, so that's what you do, but you just put N or a sign and you'll be able to wholesale. Time to get rocking and rolling and go pick up the boss. And all you need to do is, that's pretty much it. Even on an MLS, you can wholesale deal on the MLS. Once you get it locked up in the contract, it's just like a normal off-market deal. You send it out to your buyers, right? You send it out to your buyer, and then your buyer will go ahead and do their thing, do their drive-by, and you will go ahead, and when it's time to set up the inspection, you just tell the agents, hey, my contractor's going to be there, or one of our partner is going to be there to do the walkthrough and inspect the property. Done. And your buyer goes in there, and your buyers do their thing, and then your buyer comes back and lets you know if they want it or not. If they do, all you need to do now is send that buyer an assignment agreement. Once they sign the assignment agreement, they drop off the non-refundable into your title company. And then that's why, even if property is listed, you don't want to use the seller title company. Okay, you want to make sure that you use your title company. Okay, as a buyer, you get to use your title company. So you make sure you use your title company to make sure that there's no problem, right? So when you assign it, you send that assignment into your title company and they'll get everything set up for you. Knight559, I hope that answered your question. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you so much for all the love. Thank you so much for your guys' valuable time to be on the live with me. I really, really greatly appreciate it. For those of you who are interested in purchasing my King Kong Amazing Seller Script Package or my Wife Lawn Supermarketing Blueprint, and you want to join the massive Action Taker Wholesale to Million Facebook family, the link is in the